I was looking for some adjustable tarp or tent poles to use with my do-it-yourself cheap awning for my Jeep. Now that I have a roof rack, I have something to attach an awning to. So I looked on Amazon, I looked at some of the YouTube videos, and I found this adjustable tent poles from a company called Paria. That seems to be the way that they pronounce that term, Paria, rather than pariah. And I ordered this Paria adjustable tarp pole from Amazon. It cost about $50, so it's a little bit on the expensive side, but it met some requirements that I needed. Number one, it's adjustable from 32 inches to 72 inches in height. Number two, it's made out of aluminum, so it's very lightweight. And it's very adaptable to either putting up a tent, a lean-to, or in my case, an awning. So when you get this tarp, all that comes out of the box is this. No big instruction sheet on how to use it. It does have a instructions on the back of this label that can sort of point you into the right direction, but it doesn't really go into any great detail, and they actually refer you to YouTube videos that they've put up on the internet. And this is the front of the tag. So when you open the bag, things are packaged like this. Each tube comes in its own little plastic wrap. I assume they do this in order to protect the tubes from becoming scuffed before you even start using them. So there are two of these in this bag when you get it out of the box. So I went to the YouTube site and I looked at the Paria YouTube video, and I could then piece together how to use these things. Now, once you take the plastic wrappers off of one of the adjustable poles, you will have 5 parts. This is clearly the lower piece. And the lower piece has this rubber foot at the bottom and a ball bearing at the top. The rubber foot is good for concrete and solid surfaces because it's a non-slip type of an attachment. However, I was hoping there'd be a spike here that you could jam into the ground as you are putting up your tarp or tent to hold it in place. But there is a workaround for that, and it probably doesn't matter. So clearly this is the bottom piece. This would then be the top piece because of the spike. The other pieces make up the midsections and allow you to make an adjustment between 32 inches and 72 inches. As you look at these pieces, the holes close to the end are the attachment points. And opposite each attachment point is a bearing to insert this piece into another piece. The only one that doesn't have that is this particular piece. So this obviously attaches here, and something goes inside here with the bearing. For instance, like this top piece. So it's, if you want the full height, the full 72 inches, you probably can use this as your centerpiece. So you would have 1, 2, 3, 4, and this would be in the center. Now these are both adjustable, this one and this one. So then you can get an intermediate height using them. Let's just put them together to see how things work out. So this one is close to the end, so we know that that'll work with the bearing. But I can also put it in any of these holes and shorten it up. So for the sake of keeping things in camera range, let's move this up to here. Okay, now the next piece I said, if you're going to go the whole 72 inches, would be this. This hole is close to the end, so we know we'll grab the bearing. Then the final piece, again, hole close to the end, to the bearing. Now if I did it the other way, it would not reach the bearing. So that's why I pointed out the fact that the holes close to the edge are the attachment points. So let's reverse that. There we go, and then the final piece. This inserts into here. So since that inserts into here, doesn't have a collar, again, we can stop here, or we can take that and go down to any of these holes. So there's several stopping points that can be used to adjust the height of the pole. Now let's take this over and look at the pole and the tarp that I use on my Jeep.